Hi, I'm Mrs Schulten, and I'll be your child's art teacher this semester. I've been teaching at St. Charles North since 2007, focusing primarily on digital art, photography, and AP studio art. A bit about myself and my background. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art Education from the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. I also have a master's degree in instructional technology from Northern Illinois University. In my free time, I am a mom of a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. So I teach part time in the mornings, periods 1 through 3. I also love to garden and landscape and make my own art. Now let's take a look at the course expectations. Hi, welcome to Digital Art 2 with Mrs. Schulten. First, let's cover course expectations. Students will be accessing their assignments and submitting their work through the Google Classroom platform. Students will be learning how to create artworks using first Illustrator to start the semester off, and then moving back into Photoshop. We'll learn how you can work between the two pieces of software, and then end the semester working back in Photoshop, learning some more advanced skills, building off of what they have previously learned in Digital Art 1. Students are going to be accessing Photoshop and Illustrator in the class on the iMacs that are provided. If the student needs to continue working at home, if maybe there's absences or they want to put in some extra time on their project, they can use their Chromebooks or a personal computer to access the software through our Citrix servers. And these are similar to how they accessed the software last year if they were in Digital Art 1 when we were in remote learning. Basically, it's a remote connection to a server at our district office, and the students will log in with their school credentials and have a remote connection to software housed on those servers. It's a great opportunity for students to extend their learning beyond the classroom time, but they will be given plenty of time in class to complete all of their work. So next, let's take a look at some of the assignments that students will be working on this semester. First, we start off with a crash course in Adobe Illustrator, and we learn the difference between raster and vector and the different types of software. So Photoshop is more of a raster-based piece of software, where Illustrator is more vector-based. And so we jump in and learn how to use the shape tools and some of the many functions in Illustrator so that they can build up to be able to do their first project, which is the visual pun design. And so that's our introduction to some, again, that basic shape building and techniques, and it's how to express a pun visually. Moving on, then we look at a monogram design, and this is an investigation of the live paint and pen tool features in Illustrator. And they're going to create a complex or illuminated letter design. And so basically we hand draw a letter, we ink it, we take a photograph of it, we then use a function called live paint in Illustrator, and then, live trace and then live paint, and basically digitize their hand-drawn design. We move on then to a more complex and layered design in the vintage travel poster. And so this is a complex Illustrator design that's either depicting a real or fantastical fictional place developed through a combination of previously explored shape building techniques, and typography is used to create balance with the imagery. And so we talk about layers of depth, foreground, middle ground, background, how to create highlights and shadows to create some dimension on their shapes, how to develop a focal point by having more detail in certain areas versus less detail in others. And we look a little bit at the history of travel posters. Our next few assignments are going to bridge us back towards using Photoshop. So that first slide there was Illustrator. So our first one here is the geometric photo design. And this is what I like to call the bridge project, where students are going to develop the shape design in Illustrator, but then bring it to Photoshop onto the photograph and fragment the photo of their choosing apart and to create a new interesting design. Moving from there, then we look at a photo manipulation advertisement assignment, and students are guided through advanced exploration of photo manipulation techniques to create an advertisement. And they have quite a bit of student choice in this one, and need to, again, look at the balance of imagery and type, similar to that of the travel poster. We'll also look at hand-drawn animation and exploring animation through Photoshop's animation tools to create an original short animation. So just a small, short, looping GIF of their choosing, and we'll look at some techniques that are involved with that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email. It's carissa.schulten@d303.org. I'm looking forward to a fantastic semester with your children. I think they're going to have a lot of fun and take away a lot of great learning, both in Illustrator and Photoshop, and learning to create more advanced artworks with their own concepts and have a lot of fun along the way. So please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you and take care.